Hello, it is 9 p.m. in RTD. It's time to English New Edition. For tonight headlines we have the Prime Minister receives a high-level delegation from Tanzania. Djibouti prepares to commemorate the birth of the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him. The UN pays tribute to the humanitarian workers on the occasions of the World Humanitarian Day. Welcome to our newsroom. The Prime Minister Abdul Qadir Kamil Mohammed received a high-level delegation from the United Republic of Tanzania, including Mr. Abdirahman Obsiye, President of the Djibouti Sovereign Carbon, for discussion is focused on strengthening cooperation on climate actions and carbon sovereignty. During the meeting, the head of the Tanzanian delegation conveyed to the Prime Minister the warm greetings of Ms. Samia Suluhu Hassan, President of the United Republic of Tanzania, and the Tanzanian Prime Minister. He emphasized his country's commitment to working with Djibouti to promote a more coordinated African response to the effect of climate change, of which the continent remains one of the primary victims despite its small contribution to global emissions. The discussion is focused particularly on the principles of climate justice and the polluter countries' principle, as well as on prospect for cooperation in the area of carbon monitoring and valuation, renewable energy, and the preservation of ecosystems and mangrove, drawing on the respective experience of both countries. The Prime Minister welcomed his convergence of view and the importance of deepening a partnership that could strengthen South-South cooperation in the services of the Sustainable Development Goals, while also contributing to the emergence of African mechanism capable of better utilizing the continent's natural resources and defending its interests in global climate governance. Both parties agreed to continue consultations in order to identify concrete areas of collaboration and to structure a joint roadmap for more sovereign, equitable, and operational African climate action. The meeting was attended by the Secretary General of the Prime Minister's Office, Mr. Nagib Abdullah Mohammed Kamil, and the Chief of Staff, Ali Silla Abdullah. The opening ceremony of the fourth editions of the C-Star program, termed Innovations and Entrepreneurship for Youth, was held this morning at Djibouti International Exhibition Center. The ceremony brought together Mr. Abubakar Omar Haddi, Chairman of Ports and Prison Authority, Mr. Miao Jianmin, Chairman of the China Merchant Group, His Excellency Mr. Saeed Nuh Hassan, Minister of Infrastructure and Equipment, His Excellency Ilyas Musa Dawale, Minister of Economy and Finance in charge of Industry, His Excellency Ms. Safiya Muhammad Ali Gadile, Minister of Digital Economy and Innovations, Mr. Hu Bin, Ambassador of the People's Republic of China to Djibouti, and Dr. Philippe Clerc, Deputy Resident Representatives of UNDP in Djibouti, as well as Mr. Alex Kion, Senior Representatives of China Merchant Group for Africa. Since its launch in 2022, the CSTAR program has established itself as a leading Pan-African platform for building entrepreneurial capacity and promoting youth leadership. To date, the program has trained more than 1,500 participants from over 50 African countries, with women representing 45% of the beneficiaries. The 2026 edition has received the 641 applications from 44 African countries, from which 32 participants were selected. These participants represent 19 African countries: Algeria, Cape Verde, Cote d'Ivoire, Djibouti, Egypt, Ethiopia, Ghana, Kenya, Madagascar, Malawi, Morocco, Namibia, Nigeria, the Democratic Republic of Congo, Rwanda, Tanzania, Uganda, Zambia, and Zimbabwe. The CSTAR program is implemented in partnership with the China Merchant Charity Foundation, the United Nations Development Programs, and the Center for Leadership and Entrepreneurship. Through its partnership, the programs contribute to the emergence of a new generation of African economic leaders equipped with the skills, visions, and entrepreneurial spirit necessary to stimulate innovation strengthen resilience and foster sustainable growth across the continent in line with the Beijing Platform for Actions of the Forum on China-Africa Cooperation (FOCAC) for the period 2025-2027. CSTAR goes beyond simply providing entrepreneurship trainings for Djibouti. The programs represent a strategic cooperation to leverage its entrepreneurial potential, strengthen support for its youth, and connecting young African entrepreneurs to the continent's networks, opportunities, and economic dynamics. It also helps strengthen Djibouti's positions as a platform where African and international stakeholders can meet, share knowledge, and develop fruitful partnerships.
But also, this shows the remarkable participation, the creativity, and immense entrepreneurial potential of Africa youth generation. We would also like to thank all partners, the China Merchant Foundation and government of Djibouti, of course the private sector, whose continued commitment has made this fourth edition possible. At UNDP worldwide and definitely in Djibouti as well, we firmly believe that youth people should not be viewed only as beneficiaries of development. They are innovators, entrepreneurs, and development partners capable of designing practical solutions to some of our most pressing challenges.
In his address, the chairman of Ports and Prison Authority, Abu Bakr Umar Haddi, emphasized that Djibouti's ambition extends beyond this commercial and infrastructure. Listen to his speech.
This is a great honor and genuine pleasure to welcome you to the opening ceremony of the fourth edition of Sea Star Djibouti Training Camp. It is a great honor, and over the years, Sea Star has established itself as an annual platform where talent meets, experience are exchanged, ideas are shared, and new opportunities are created. Since its launch, the program has trained more than 1,500 participants over 54 countries, with the women representing 45% of all beneficiaries. This figure reflects not only the growth of the program, but also its ability to bring together a new generation of African entrepreneurs and leaders. This year, this momentum has reached a new level. The 2026 edition received 641 applicants from 44 countries, from which 32 has been selected. This makes the 2026 cohort the largest and most diverse since the launch of the program. This figure demonstrates that a new generation of African entrepreneurs, investors, and future leaders is ready to learn and connect and create. As we are proud that Djibouti is one of the places where this connection comes to life. Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, the program of Sea-Star reflects the broader economy ambition of our country. Over the years, Djibouti Port and Free Zone Authority has worked to strengthen our country position as a regional hub for trade, logistics, industries, and services. Through this development of modern ports, logistics, infrastructure, free zones, and industrial park, the facilitation trade and the promotion of an investment-friendly environment, we are progressively building an economic ecosystem designed to connect markets, businesses, and create opportunities.
For his part, the Minister of Digital Economy, Safiya Mohammed Ali Gadile, said that since its launch, the program has trained over 1,500 participants from more than 54 countries, with women representing 45% of all UK countries. These figures reflect not only the program's growth but also its ability to bring together a new generations of African entrepreneurs and business leaders. This year, this moment reached a new level. The 2026 editions received 641 participants from 44 countries, and which 32 were selected. This made the 2026 editions the largest and more diverse since the program's launch. These figures demonstrate that a new generations of African entrepreneurs, investors, and future leaders are ready to learn, connect, and create. We are proud that Djibouti is one of the places where these connections is happening. Ladies and gentlemen, the CSR programs reflects our country's economic ambitions. Over the year, the Djibouti authorities have worked to strengthen our country's position as a regional hub for industries and logistics services. For his part, the Minister of Equipment and Infrastructure, Said Nur Hassan, said that he would also like to express his sincere appreciation to the China Merchant Foundation, the China Merchant Group, and all other partners, including the Djibouti Ports Authority, UNDP, and the Djibouti Entrepreneurship Centers for this initiative, and moreover, for their continued commitment to young people and entrepreneurs in Africa. But today, he would first like to speak directly to the young entrepreneurs who are here with us. You are the reasons we are here. The African we want to build for 2030, 2040, 2050 will not be built with ports, roads, and infrastructure and money alone. It will be built by women and men capable of transforming an idea into the business and innovations into jobs and challenges into an opportunity. From a perspective, this is the true values of CSTAR. CSTAR should be more than just a training program. CSTAR should become an accelerator for entrepreneurs and network builders, and moreover, a bridge between African entrepreneurs. The Minister of Economy and Finance, Ilyas Musa Dawale, said that he has the particular honor today to represent in His Excellency the President of the Republic, Ismail Margelle, who has pleased him to represent him at this important ceremony. Listen to his speech.
It's a great pleasure to join you this morning at the opening of 2026 Sea Star Djibouti Training Camp. I have the particular honor today of representing His Excellency President Ismail Omar Gelle, President of the Republic of Djibouti, who entrusted me with representing him at this important ceremony. On his behalf, I would like to extend a very warm welcome to all our guests and participants, particularly to our friends and partners from the People's Republic of China, and to the young entrepreneurs who have traveled from across Africa to join us here in Djibouti. I would also like to express my sincere appreciation to China Merchant Foundation and China Merchant Group, as well as all other partners, including Djibouti Port Authority, UNDP, and the Center of Leadership and Entrepreneurship of Djibouti, for this initiative, and above all, for their continued commitment to Africa's youth and entrepreneurs. But today, I would first like to speak directly to the young entrepreneurs gathered here with us. You are the reason we are here. The Africa we want to build for 2030, 40, and 50 will not be built only with ports, roads, infrastructure, and financing. It will be built by women and men capable of turning an idea into a business, innovation into jobs, and challenge into opportunity. This, in my view, is the real value of Sea Star. Sea Star
should be more than a training program. It should become an accelerator for entrepreneurs, a creator of network, and above all, a bridge between African entrepreneurs.
The Ministry of Interior announces that Tuesday, August 25, 2026, the birth of the Prophet, peace be upon him, will be a public holidays with paid and leaves. Like other Arab countries and Muslim countries, the Republic of Djibouti is preparing to commemorate the birth of the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, scheduled for tomorrow, Tuesday, August 25, 2026, corresponding to the 12th of Rabi' al-Awwal, 1448. The Ministry of Islamic Affairs and Waqf Properties is overseeing these activities as part of a religious program dedicated to this occasion. The various events will highlight the significance of the Prophet, peace be upon him, birth, the place he holds in the consciousness of Muslims, as well as several stages of his life and mission. This religious occasion will be marked by an atmosphere of spiritual fervor dedicated to commemorating the exemplary life of the Prophet Muhammad, peace and blessing be upon him. The human and spiritual values conveyed by his messages in various neighborhoods of the capital, as well as in the regional capital. Several religious and cultural activities are planned started this evening. The programs include the religious gatherings, conferences, seminars, and religious chant in honor of the Prophet, peace and blessings be upon him. For the regional scene in Sudan, in Gedaref state, one of the country's main agricultural regions, farmers are closely monitoring the agricultural season, particularly rainfall and weather conditions, as the cost of some agricultural inputs are rising. Agriculture in Gedaref relies heavily on seasonal rainfall, the timing and regularity of precipitations that play a crucial role in agricultural operations and crop development, especially for sesame and sorghum, two major crops in the region. The seasonal so highlights the importance of strengthening climate-responsive agricultural practices and facilitating access to necessary inputs to support the productivity and sustainability of the agricultural sector. Tanzania has officially inaugurated the Julius Nyerere hydroelectric project, its largest power plant, marking a new milestone in the development of the country's energy infrastructure. With a $3 billion investment, the project is one of the Tanzania's major energy projects and is expected to significantly boost the country's electricity generation capacity. With the commissioning of this plant, Tanzania is strengthening its energy infrastructure and affirming its ambition to become a major player in the East African energy sector, while is simultaneously consolidating the foundations of its long-term economic development. For the international scene, on the occasions of the World Humanitarian Day, observed annually on August 19, the United Nations pays tribute to the humanitarian workers who have lost their lives or been victims of violence while carrying out their missions to serve populations affected by crisis. To mark this International Day, the United Nations flag was flown at half-mast at the organization's headquarters in Nairobi, Kenya. This symbolic gesture honors the women and men engaged in humanitarian actions and underscores the importance of their contributions to community facing emergencies. This International Day is an opportunity to recognize the commitment of the entire humanitarian community and to reaffirm the importance of a collective response to the needs of population affected by crisis and disaster. The second World Robot Games Open in Beijing brings together nearly 600 teams from 16 countries for a series of events showcasing the capabilities and applications of humanoid robotics. More than 2,000 robots are participating in these editions, with the competition covering several areas, including football, physical activities, and various tasks inspired by industrial environment. With this competition, Beijing is positioning itself as a hub for robotic innovation, offering a showcase for new generations of humanoid technologies and their potential to support future technological transformations. And to close up this edition, the head of the Palestinian NGO network is raising the alarms about the food situations in the Gaza Strip, stating that restrictions imposed on the entry of humanitarian aid are exacerbating the difficulties faced by the populations in accessing basic necessity. According to the organization's representatives, Gaza is facing what he calls a deliberate policy for starvation, while access to food remains a daily concern for many Palestinian families. Food security thus remains a central humanitarian priority in Gaza, with the need to continue international effort to meet the population's needs to support assistance mechanisms on the ground. And this is it for the news. Thanks for watching us. Have a good evening.